in massive numbers. And so my question for you is, why? Why are so many people inside Israel taking to the streets to demand that Netanyahu stop this war?
No, they never said he should stop the war. They said there should be a ceasefire to release the hostages because Israel is a cult. Don't interrupt me, please, Candace. Because Israel is a culture of life. And that's why Israel got into this mess for October 7th. They traded 1,000 murderers, including Yahya Sinwar, who Israel saved at Soroka Hospital in Beersheba when he had a brain tumor. The Hamas Hitler, who's the architect of October 7th, Israel saved his life. It's a culture of life, even for Palestinian murderers. They traded 1,000 for Gilad Shalit. You remember that. And now a whole group is saying, even if it leads to another October 7th, I need my children home. I understand that. Pierce, I have 2 sons fighting in this war. I understand the dangers that are being faced. No one's saying to stop the war, not to destroy Hamas. They're saying, call a ceasefire to release the hostages because of their execution. But I must respond. First of all, Candace just said that Israel dropped more bombs on Gaza than on Dresden. What's your source for that? Do you know that in Dresden, there were 1,000 Lancaster bombers sent over 2 nights by Churchill, and then 800 American, that's 1,800 bombs. What's your source that Israel dropped more than on Dresden?
So it's just interesting because you realize that you used Dresden as an example to justify
answer the
what was
question.
happening
You
in
just
Israel.
made Pierce. This is deflection.
I said more tons of explosives.
You said that Israel. You just made a blood libel against the Jewish state. Dresden was 1,000 Lancaster bombers over 2 nights. I am asking you, what is your source?
This is getting very boring.
The answer. Okay, don't interrupt me, please. The answer is Pierce. It's my turn. Pierce.
Rabbi Shmuely, you can't ask someone a question and then refuse to let them answer.
So I asked for a source. I didn't ask for a question.
Go ahead.
What's the source?
We've heard the question.
Absurd.
Candace.
I'm going to respond to what you are saying. This tactic of when anybody brings up anything that Israel is doing is wrong, you get to just scream blood libel and anti-Semitism.
Don't interrupt her.
Oh my gosh, it's a blood libel. It is not a blood libel to talk about the amount of death and the tons of explosives that have been dropped on the civilians in Palestine, okay? That is not a blood libel against Jewish people.
This is
such a nasty and perverted tactic,
what is your source?
Which essentially says, I don't have to debate anymore because I get to just call everybody a person who's accusing me of blood libels. Okay, truly, what is happening right now is that the blood of Palestinians is being shed. Okay, that is not a libel against the Jews. That is a fact and a reality against Bibi Netanyahu and this government, which has gone extreme in their response to October 7th. So stop this tactic.
Understood. Pierce, can I now have my turn again? All I asked was the source. Clearly, she has none. It was invented out of whole cloth. That's what a blood libel is. A blood libel is when Candace Owens says that the actual medieval blood libel, that Jews killed Christians and drank their blood,
I will pull up the source for you.
Believes that. She said, please don't interrupt me.
I will find you the source.
Says that there were Christian bodies found all over Europe. When she said that I am not trying to kill her, we will post right after this, where she said it at least on 8 occasions. That's why she's being investigated.
We know what happened with Epstein in precisely this scenario. And that is that he ended up dead before all these famous names were dragged in through a court process. Do you fear the same thing will happen here?
Piers, I don't put nothing past this cabal of evil people, Piers. Patrick Bet-David interviewed Epstein's brother, who doesn't believe that his brother committed suicide. This is his own actual brother. And
I interviewed him as well.
This is how this. And Piers, this is how this operation works. Are you ready? I don't know if Diddy's that in depth, but he quite possibly could be. Or with Epstein, can you imagine you're a powerful senator, you're a prince, you're whatever. You go to a party, a Diddy party, Epstein party, whatever. You have the time of your life. You get drunk, you get drugged up, whatever. Then you come home, and this person or the people that represent this person that's in on this mission calls you and says, "Hey, we want X, Y, and Z," and you say, "Hell no." They go, "Oh, really?" Check your email, and it's a photo or a video of you doing something insane, and you say, yes, I'll give you whatever, I'll give you anything you want. And just very briefly, Piers, which I believe could be with Diddy. And Diddy, listen, and this gentleman said he has a year till trial. Think about it. Epstein committed suicide. The camera wasn't working. The guards didn't know. All nefarious BS things, Piers. Everybody knows what happened. Let's not play those games. And just really quick at the end, Piers, with Justin, that's one of the most egregious, but besides Cassie getting dragged, Justin Bieber did an interview on a podcast, Piers, and he said he was crying. And you're right, Piers. He looks like a shell of a human being. He was bawling, saying about Billie Eilish, I don't want her to lose it. Yeah. And that it is that innocence of a child, Piers. And going off of what she said earlier, I believe anything that sexual assault, if there's video of him and pedophilia and molesting and raping young children, then I do believe that death penalty is hands down that has to be, because that'll put fear in these people's hearts, Piers, because these elites, these demonic people, we have 380,000 children, unaccompanied minors, they're lost at our border, missing. We don't know where they are, and this is what feeds into these cabal of these people, and they go missing. So I would invoke the death penalty to put fear in these people's hearts, because nothing else is working, Piers. And that's what I got to say about that.
If there was any of that, though, that would be in the indictment.
Wait, hold on. What would be in the indictment? What would be in the indictment? Recordings? Wait, hold on one second.
If there was any child involvement, anything like that, that would be in the indictment. I guarantee it would be in the indictment.
So here's my question, though. Okay, I agree, but who's to know that airplane, when he got arrested with Cassie, or when that video came out, there was a Love Air, his jet, flew to an island. Was he on it? Was he not on it? But what was on it to a country that has no extradition? So who knows what was on that plane? What tapes? What video? What recordings? Listen, with the character of Diddy, nothing. I don't put nothing off the table. All right. If there's tapes, they're out there.
Well,
why else would Kim Porter? Why would Kim Porter die all of a sudden?
All right. Okay. Final word to Jason. He wants to just say something.
Can we also just, in all fairness, too, to the process, because as a black man, I'm not going to sit here and say that Epstein and Diddy need to be lumped in as the same. He gets to stand trial on his own transgressions and the things that have been claimed against him. And we are talking today in America about a black man that was executed yesterday unjustly. And I want to say Donald Trump, who's running to be the president, has 34 charges against him, found guilty.